Okay, Sawati. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Loo from University of Malaysia. So it is my honor to be here, to be part of this event. So today I'm going to share a topic of autonomous decision makers, how Agentic AI is revolutionizing manufacturing operation. So I would like to thank the team with the collaboration with Chira Robotics, University of Malaya, and also Murdoch University, Australia, and sponsored by IEEE System and Cybernetics Society. So this is an international collaboration project between Thailand, Australia, Malaysia, and SMC. So a little bit background. So we are very proud to collaborate with Chira Robotics from Thailand, where they lay a very strong foundation for Edge AI and contribute a lot to the edge-based automation for manufacturing. So Chira Core platform is a low-code platform that enable really useful for SME to help them to embark in AI-enabled automation and reduce the reliance on the cloud services, which reduce the cost greatly, and enable them to self-manage their process, their implementation and deployment of AI. So there are many success stories that is very remarkable throughout the years. For example, you can see a really important collaborator from a big company like Siemens, Kubota Trackers, Toyota, and etc. So this product has been very well known internationally, and we are now moving towards Malaysia to introduce this product in Malaysia. So one of the greatest achievements by Professor Silidit, he is awarded by the Royal Award of the Technologies 2019 by the Royal Award. And recently we actually conduct a pilot study in the Port Klang, Malaysia, using the Chira Core platform to detect the container defects. This is the real report of the container operation, where we use the Chira Core to detect the what they call the drive-through of the trucks, and then automatically inspect any defect on the container, and then produce a report. So this has been a very successful pilot project, and now there are a few companies approach us that they are interested in this product to deploy in their operation. Oops. And recently, our research team from University of Malaya also have extended the functionality of the Chira Core platform with a cell annotation, image autonomous cell annotation using the visual language model. So with this platform, the user no need to annotate the image one by one for thousand or few thousand of images, but the image annotation is fully automatic using the visual language model. So the user can actually deploy the model, train the model within a few hours. Okay, what is the next agenda of our collaboration? The next agenda will be moving forward to develop Agentic Chira AI. So that is today's the topic. I want to share with you what is Agentic AI. So since the evolution of AI in development, now we are in the era of large language model. I think everybody know, and maybe you use daily in your daily life using ChatGPT, DeepSeek, whatever. So become part of our life. So how can this technology revolutionize the manufacturing? Okay, I think this year, one of the pioneers of deep neural network technology, Professor Yang Li Kun, he mentioned in the World Economic Forum this year that the next coming wave of AI evolution will be the robotics, and most likely will be the agentic AI technology. Okay. So what he highlights is large language model revolutionize AI to become knowledge-oriented and become very powerful knowledge retriever. But the agentic AI will make the LLM become action-oriented. Okay, they mean it can become the autonomous agent to change the environment. So we can say that generative AI is just like an artist or a good designer. But this generative AI is very imaginative. Sometimes it can design a very realistic design for you. But sometimes it is too imaginative. It will give you some hallucination or imaginary design, which is not realistic. So how to ground this generative AI become more realistic and relevant to human, relevant to industry application? So the next way to move forward is to evolve the generative AI become agentic AI. So we can say that AI agent just like a factory worker, just very specialized in one job in the process, assembly line. But agentic AI, it can become a manager to help you to manage your company resources, optimize your process, and optimize your supply chain to achieve your company objective or goal. So the agentic AI is very goal-directed. It can manage resource for you, and it can do efficient action for you. So what is the difference of agentic AI from generative AI? Generative AI can only achieve one single goal at a time. For example, very good in drawing, very good in chess playing, or very good in one process. But agentic AI, it can manage many resources at the same time. So it can become more fully autonomous, means human even don't need to give a prompt to instruct them to do something. It can self-directed, self-instructed, as long as you give the agentic AI a very clear goal. Everything is automatic. So it is also a multi-agent system. Okay, it can do reasoning like human. Okay, it can do the best, the optimum decision, close to optimum decision like human. So it can understand the goal, it can use the right tools, it can figure out the right step, and it can adapt to the changes of environment. So this is how powerful it compared to the generative AI. So it is evolved from AI agent, single agent, become multi-agent system, where we call it agentic AI system. So agentic AI system, it's connected with a knowledge base with a lot of different tools it can use, and it is informed with a goal that it is important to maybe an institution like a company or a research institute or any research goal. So it can also orchestrate the whole resource to execute very efficient action to achieve the goal. And based on he can self-observe his own performance and change his strategy, okay, based on the changes of the environment as well. Okay, so there are 4 components in agentic AI you need to design, okay, when you set up an agentic AI system. First is a perception, how it can collect information from your existing database. For example, in your factory, okay, in your human resource department, from your supply chain network. And second, it will know how to do planning for you. It's just like a manager, how to plan your resource optimally, okay? It can break down a very complicated goal. For example, I want the company to achieve a profit of 20% increment in this year, all right? But to achieve this goal, you have to break down all the different steps, all right? To optimize your supply chain, to optimize your process, okay? How to execute to control your machine, to reduce the idle time, downtime, for example. So everything, they will decompose the strategy for you using agentic AI. And then all this task decomposition is based on the knowledge or the experience that you have stored in your company's database. Then you can execute the action, okay, to simulate, okay, or to try the strategy he has planned and monitor the result. And the nice thing is it can feedback to you. In case the strategy is not working, it can immediate change, all right, through the reasoning process, change the action, and plan for you a new strategy until you achieve your company goal. So how to design agentic AI? I give you an example here. So actually, you don't need to develop from scratch, right? If you want to implement agentic AI, you can leverage whatever tools already available as an open source. For example, to execute the memory, right? You can use the tools such as a Python, which is a vector-based database. You can use Vivid, you can use FISS. All these are open source, okay? And then you can design a short-term memory, for example, through the communication through your social media, your messenger, and so on. So it become a communication tool that can record your short-term memory. Okay, LLM, right? The main model, the main component of agentic AI is the LLM. You can leverage on either cloud services like GPT-4, which is now strong enough to become a good agentic AI. You can use a Cloud, you can use Mistral, and many other open source like Llama, you can leverage on. Of course, the model is not accurate at the beginning. You need to do some fine-tuning. You're providing some information relevant to your company, right? You can use RAG technique, the retrieval augmented generation technique, for example. Make the model know the information relevant to your company. Then, how the system can do the execution for you? We can use a tool such as the code executor, all right? You can use a cell access through the command line and so on to execute, to run the code for you, to simulate. So all this, how to orchestrate all these 3 components together. You can use a long chain to do the reasoning, decompose the problem, decompose some good strategy for you. You can use OpenAI Agent SDK. You can use a Crew AI to build the agent for you, right? How to build a good team of agents for you. And you can use AutoGen to write the good prompt script for you. So there are a lot of tools available for you to start your agentic AI in your company. So this is an example of recently, I think just over the lunchtime, Prof. Siridik just shared with me a prototype of using agentic AI on Chirako platform, which is very interesting. Okay, So what are the advantages, right? I can summarize a few things. First is Agentic AI is very proactive and autonomous. It can manage your resources. It can learn and adapt in real time. And it can coordinate many agents to help you to accomplish your task. So I give you an example of the design of the system, maybe this one. So for example, you can set up a knowledge agent, you can set up an action agent, you can set up an analytic agent, you can set up a supply chain agent. Then everything will be orchestrated by the mastermind, all right? You can use an LLM as a mastermind to orchestrate all these agents work together to achieve your company goal. For example, manufacturing optimization. Okay, I give you some example of the use case in the manufacturing. For example, these are the benefits. It can enhance operation agility, adapt to changes, reduce the operation costs, empower the workforce, and give you a resilient system. Okay. For example, now many nations facing the tariff issue, right? So how can you change your supply chain strategy to address this challenge, for example? So Agentic AI probably can redesign your supply chain flow and reduce the loss due to the tariff, for example, with a very short time. Okay. So these are the difference of paradigm shift, right? When we look at the smart manufacturing, if you follow a traditional view, it is just focused on reducing manual labor through robotics and control system. And this system lack of context awareness and adaptability. By using agentic idea, your smart manufacturing system become an actor rather than just a planner. It become an actor. It will make changes, real changes to your company, to your manufacturing process. So agent can orchestrate end-to-end production line, learning, adapting, and making a real-time decision for you. Okay, so the impact will be transforming your static automation become an adaptive autonomy. Okay, so these are the example of sustainable green manufacturing, right? So the changes it will make, for example, is it will automatically calculate the emission, the carbon footprint of your whole supply chain, and then they will re-strategize the company to achieve the ESG goal, for example, and can also produce a report for your ESG. Okay, for predictive maintenance also, it can leverage on the sensor data and maintenance log failure simulation to prescribe solution and initiate preventive. So the agentic shift is the maintenance system don't just alert, they diagnose, decide, and act. For reshoring and localization and resilient supply chain, what is the agentic shift? The supply chain agent enable intelligent reshoring by dynamically adapting to local constraints and global shock, such as the tariff challenge nowadays, for example, right? So you can use this technology to help your company to address the challenge. Okay, so this is a summary of many things we can do using Agentic AI to revolutionize the smart manufacturing. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.